So letting yourself start in child's pose with paying attention to your knees. Open your knees out really wide to the outer edges of your mat and let your big toes touch behind you. And make sure your arms really land into the floor. And then press your elbows into the ground just a little tiny bit, just a tiny movement, but it does create a little more width in your shoulder blades. Let your exhale be what softens your forehead into the ground. Take your left hand on top of your right palm, or on top of your right hand. And your full left palm presses your right hand down. Take your left hand right back to its place. Take in a big breath. Open your mouth super wide. Fog up the floor. Bring your right hand and fully place it on top of your left. Press straight down. Just making that connection, your right hand on top of your left. Making the connection, because our hands are always busy. We're always busy. And your yoga practice this morning isn't the strength, the flexibility, that all comes. Bring your hand back to where it was. Press both hands into the ground. Because we're always busy, allow this practice to be your way to say good morning to yourself. Just simple. A simple good morning to yourself. And every breath and every movement is dedicated to you just hanging out with yourself. And the stretching, strengthening, those things will just be added to it. So there's nothing extra to prove. There's no way to be except just here as you are. And because we're always busy, we typically won't remember or won't even remind ourselves to, one, acknowledge ourselves, and two, and the other thing is just to connect with ourselves. Take a long breath in. Open your mouth wide. Move the stale carbon dioxide out from the night before, from the week, and all that goes along with that. And then extend your arms out in front of you and come right up onto your fingertips. So you're right up onto your fingertips, and then just let your chin come to the floor. So you're kind of looking ahead of you. And so you have your arms shoulder width apart, you stretch your arms out in front of you as much as you can. And you can pick your hips up in the air too. So your hips are up in the air, but your chest is sinking toward the floor. And so it's more like this. And all you're going to do is start going into breathing. And if ever you can't breathe, you remember to breathe out first. And you'll probably feel a stretch. You might feel like, wow, it's really sore in my mid-back. I did this morning, and that's how I felt. But everyone's different. Like we're different, but we're the same. Are you guys feeling something? Yeah. Do that? My shoulders. Yeah. Now come right up onto all fours. Now go ahead and drop your belly and let your chest and tailbone stretch apart. And let your chin press into your chest, upper back into the ceiling, arms, palms straight down. tailbone toward heels. Let your belly completely sink toward the ground. Let your chest stretch up. And use your exhalation to be the body's cue to round your back. Drop your belly, breathe in. Exhale, round, tailbone toward heels. Hug the belly right up against your spine. Hug it tight, tight. Now use your arms to push down into the ground so your upper back, mid-back presses into the ceiling. Drop your belly, breathe in. Slow and easy. Press back on the exhalation to down dog. Walk it out a little bit. Bend one knee and then the other. Just side to side. Just get acquainted. Just get acquainted. Nothing more needs to happen. You're just connecting your focus to the back side of your body that says, oh, I need to stretch out. Bring your legs together, please. Take your inhale with you as the right leg goes up in the air. Push through that upper heel. Spread those upper toes. Lift the leg a tiny bit higher. Nice, Nicole. Exhale, bend the knee and roll open toward this mirror side on the right side of the room. Take a breath in and empty out. Roll open more. And you'll notice, wow, if I exhale everything, then my upper hip and knee and thigh will just sort of peel back just a little more. Great job. Take your foot to the floor. Other side. Take the inhale with that left leg going up. Take the leg a tiny bit higher. Exhale with a big bend in your left knee and flex your left foot. Upper foot's going to press, 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 like it's right against the mirror wall. Bottom heel is going to press down, but please soften your bottom knee more. Yay. Roll open a little more up top just by exhaling. There's a big movement that comes from the full exhalation, and then there's a little extra opening through the physical movement on the upper leg. Roll that hip down. Nice work. Walk your hands to your toes. Good. Split your feet hip width apart, maybe even wider. Take your hands, interlace them at your low back. Straighten through your arms, straighten them to the back wall. Bend your knees a ton. Push your hips and your butt straight to the back wall. Feel your chest, your collarbones try to lengthen toward the front of the room. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your chest off your thighs. Big exhale, fold forward. Drop your arms. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Lots of bend in your knees. Your hamstrings are going to get there and opening up, but you're not going to demand. You're not going to be like hard on yourself about it. Let yourself rock side to side. Just feel your hips sway side to side, easy. Take a big inhale and just dump it. And then do that again. Take a big breath in. Hefty, heavy sigh out. Upper body, let's go with that sigh. You recognize, wow, the more I just give it all up, the more my upper body can go back to where it wants to go, which is just toward the floor and get a little more length in the spine. Walk your hands back to the front edge of your mat. Bring your legs together, feet together. Inhale, right leg high in the air. Bend the knee, roll open. Roll the hip down, foot to the ground. Left side, long breath in, launches your leg high and stretches out of your hip a bit. Bend the knee, exhale, roll open. Roll the hip down, your foot comes to the ground. Big breath in, right leg up. Exhale it to the floor. Listen to your breath in. Take your left leg up. Listen to there's so much seamless, graceful power in a full exhalation, taking that leg to the floor. Walk it out a little bit more. Just bending one knee and then the other, letting the hips start to shift side to side. Good work. Just opening up a little bit at a time. Walk, feet to your hands. Find a flat back. Take a big breath in, bend your knees a lot, and think about your chest and collarbone stretching toward the front of the room. Use your exhalation to take yourself into a fold. Knees stay super bent. Plug your feet right into the ground. Let your head go all the way down. Like just get out of your head for a little bit. Big breath in, lift halfway up. Exhale, chest to thighs. And your next inhale, bring yourself all the way to stand. As you come to stand tall, press your feet to the ground. Feel your legs firm up. And just think about your tailbone gently shifting down toward the floor. And then your lower belly will pull right in and up. Take a breath in with your eyes closed. And as you exhale, pull your hands to your heart, eyes closed. Bring awareness right down into your shoulder blades and let them come all the way down your back. Feel your palms pressed together and take in a breath. Open your mouth, move it out. Just the more you keep exhaling, the bigger, easier, because you've made space for yourself to take an inhale. One Om you can sing out loud, sing quietly, or you can just silently inside yourself. But just the Om is allowing you to connect. Bring your thumbs to your forehead center, press in. It's Sunday, it's a brand new first day of a brand new week. Your practice is just in dedication to recharging and refreshing, filling you back up. Every breath, every movement, bit at a time. And you will feel fulfilled. Something will happen from the inside out. Inhale, arms reach. Bend your knees a lot. Chest into thighs. Exhale everything you have. Hand it all over. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to make your way to high push-up. In high push-up, hang out for a sec, but with precision. Precision of your heels pressing like they're against the back wall. Your thighs are firming right up so they're lifting almost away from the ground. And then get your core right in. And you'll realize, wow, if I power up my front legs and I power up my core, it's going to help a lot for you to hang out here. And go ahead, push straight down through the arms. If you push your arms into the floor, it's going to lift your chest a little more. You're going to keep remembering to tilt that tailbone toward the heels. Squeeze. Yeah. Keep pushing those feet, because that's going to keep you in your legs. And then take your knees to the floor for a sec. And with your knees to the floor, take in a breath. And just rock forward on the knees and lower halfway down. Elbows hug into the sides. And Nicole, because you're taller, take your knees back a tiny bit more. Yeah. And just taking that, so the knees rock forward, so that brings your chest through. And breathe out, lower. Breathe in, upward dog. Curl your toes under. Move the air out, down dog. Take in a breath. Clear it all. Just walk up, feet to hands. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale a lot, forward fold. Press your feet into the floor. A long breath in is going to stretch and lift you all the way to stand. Fingertips got longer. Exhale, chest softens into your front thighs. Lift halfway, so look for lengthening your spine a bit. Hug in your core now. Come to high push-up. Fill your lungs up. Rock forward, lower down. Elbows hug to the sides. Up facing dog. The hands, the feet pressing. The shoulders move them a little back so there's collarbones. Get some length apart. Down facing. Breathe in. And with your eyes between your feet, breathe out. Breathe in. And with your eyes staying right there between your feet, empty everything you have. Inhale where your belly just fills up toward the mat underneath you. Exhale, pull your belly in nice and tight. Nice. Walk, feet to hands. Awesome. Flat back, inhale. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Exhale, fold forward. Heads letting go, heads letting go. Bend your knees, sink your hips a bit, and take your arms straight up. Pull your toes up off the ground. Press weight into the heels of your feet, and then sit your hips down quite a bit. Oh, come back into that breathing thing. To save you, exhale. And then let yourself be filled up with a strong ujjayi inhale. Sit a little lower on the exhalation. On the inhale, your arms, your torso is lifting and lengthening. Chest softens into your front thighs. Exhale out. All of it out. Halfway, full breath in. Shoulders are moving away from your ears. Step back, high push-up. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Chest moving forward. Lower. Elbows straight back and in. Upward dog. Feel your collarbones getting awesome. Little bit of space apart. Down facing. Breathe in. Together, exhale. Right foot's gonna step. Back foot's gonna plant into the floor. Your inhale takes you into warrior one. Then you pay attention. Could my feet come a little bit more apart from one another? Could I find just what it is to give myself a little room, a little space? Plug the center of your front heel into the floor. And then think about your inner ankle on the back foot lifting. Yeah. Bend that front knee a little bit more. Squeeze up your back thigh, like make it rock solid. Stretch the arms, spread the palms, spread the fingers apart. Lift your gaze and look up. Let your front knee press forward and open a little more. Not holding the breath. As soon as you feel how tight you are in that hip flexor though, you probably will hold the breath. And know this, if you ever can't breathe, it's probably because you've been too much thinking and you forgot to exhale. So you can think the rest of the day. And we all can overthink. We all know what it is to go into that headspace. Bring your palms together instead. You could be thinking, but you're too busy making breath sounds. And you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for you. Because warrior one says, I need that strong sound. Exhale, right to the floor. Palms shoulder width. Shoulders over your wrists. Pull that foot up, and then low push-up. Breathe out. Upward dog. Shoulders gently move them back. Down facing. Hips go super high. Head goes low. Big inhale and clear it. Yeah, so the cycle completes itself. And then left foot steps forward. Back foot down. Inhale yourself up. And then bring your hands to your hips. Ujjayi breath. Keep making that go. And then pay attention to your front knee over your ankle. And if you've got a little bit more room, your legs are longer, maybe you can take an extra tiny step forward. Maybe a tiny step on the back foot back. But you still need to feel stable in your pose. Front knee pressing open. Arms now inhaling them up. And then you listen to your exhalation. Soften your shoulder blades away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale. Sink your hips a little bit lower. Feel your front, center of that front heel. Drill it into the floor. You can step a tiny bit more forward. You got more room. Yep. And glue right down, and you'll feel that. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Now breathe. Feel yourself breathing. Get like a wind tunnel going. Inhale, lengthen. Hands come together. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands find floor. High push up. Hug in your core, hug in your core. Squeeze up your thighs, rock forward. Elbows just bend them. Breathe everything out. Nice cat. In breath, up facing. Push hips straight up and back, down facing. Pick your heels up with your breath in. Move the air out and heels soften. Walk easy, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Knees stay soft. Hips start lifting up away from the ground. Bend your knees, sink your hips low. Inhale the arms straight on up. Chest softens softly into your front thighs. Halfway up, breathe in. Core hugs now, hands to the floor. Use that core so your body feels more supported. Your spine will too. Low push up. Upward dog. Big inhale for yourself. Move the air out fully and freely. And you'll notice, wow, the more I fully let the exhale extinguish itself, freely I inhale better. Right foot stepping forward. Place your back foot right into the ground. Strong feet bring you up to stand. The inhale's taking it all the way up. The inhale will help you take the lead. Exhale, down. Fill up your lungs, high push-up. Press the air out, lower down, halfway. Fill your lungs up, upward. Push the air out, downward. Left foot stepping forward. In breath, bringing you warrior one. Left leg up, pressing down. Left foot reaching down, arm going up. So the foot reaches down into the ground deep, and then everything lifts above it. Hands to the ground. High push up. Lower down, smile. Upward dog. Down facing. I spent my whole life being so intense, and several years on my mat were the same way. Like serious, serious, serious. And so just let your mouth kind of soften a little bit. Like let your legs be firm in your down dog, but can you soften something else? Like I didn't know how to do that. I had to learn that through yoga. Can I be firm, but can I relax some other part of me? And I learned, oh, a big part of why I was so serious is because I would never exhale. When I exhaled, something softened in me, and it brought a balance to the strength part. Walk up, feet to hands, nice work. Easy in, halfway up. Easy out breath, forward fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips, take your arms straight on up. Hands to your heart, forward fold. Keep letting the breath be what moves you from one pose to the next. Your in-breath now, halfway up. Your out-breath, pulling up, high plank. Lower down, let the breath go out. Up facing, let the breath come in. Move that out to go to down dog. So it's like downward dog has like a buddy, an ally, and that's the exhalation. Take your legs together. Take your next breath in to take your right leg high. Exhale your right knee, bend it. Pick the leg up a little higher as you breathe in. And let the exhale take the upper foot, and if it moves you to go into flip dog, then do it. But let it be serious, so you take the safety factor, but then just put a smile on your face. Press your feet into the floor. And if you're not in that, then it's because you made a choice for yourself that was healthier for you. And then find your way to down dog. Shift your body weight forward to high push-up. Bring your legs and feet together. And taking your left knee down. And you can take your right foot and press it flat. And your right arm can go up to the ceiling. And you can breathe in. And then you can breathe out. High push-up back to the floor. High to low. Upward. Down facing. Take your legs together. And with your legs together, squeeze them together. So your big toes meet each other. Your legs, your inner legs press together. And then inhale your left leg high. And lift it a little higher. Exhale, bend that left knee. Roll open. Inhale, pick the leg up a tiny bit more in line with your left hip. And if it feels right, you'll just flip over. And if you say, not today, then just own your choice. It's no big deal. Don't overthink it. But breathe instead, wherever you are, in flip dog or in downward dog with the leg lifted, just breathe in and breathe out. Together, breathe in. Exhale, slowly back, press back, down dog. Rock your body weight forward, high push-up. Softly take your right knee to the floor. Spin your left foot flat. Right paw rooting under the right shoulder, and the left arm going up in the air. Feel right now your tailbone tilting down towards your back heel. Feel your lower belly pull in and up. Nice. Open up a little more. Breathe in. Look to your upper fingers. So tuck your chin into your chest and then spin your gaze to look up. The body will go where the eyes go. Let the eyes go up, 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 up. Exhale, back down. Good work. High push-up. Breathe out, lower down. Fill your lungs, up dog. Chest is tall, shoulders back. Down facing. Big inhale, right leg high. Really high. Rock forward, shoulders over your wrists, hug knee to nose. Now hug it, keep that core hugged in, and then pull the leg up and out, away from the belly button. Hug it in tight. Knee outside your right elbow. Inhale, stretch that leg far, far back. And then take that knee to the left elbow. Inhale, kick your leg up. Lunge your right foot forward just outside your right wrist. You're going to keep your back heel lifted. You're going to bring yourself on up. Arms Arms are going right up over your head. Exhale, your hands come right to your heart. Left elbow is going to turn, your torso twists, and you're right outside that front thigh. Keep rooting down through that front heel. Center of that heel, press it down. Press through your back thigh, so it's pulling up away from the ground. And then extend your arms wide apart. Wide apart. And then can you take awareness to your upper shoulder and just exhale it down. Oh, breathe in there. Breathe out, we'll roll open. Breathe in. Exhale right to the ground. Good work. High push-up. Low push-up. Upward. Push straight back, down dog. Left leg, inhale it up. Without breathing in, that leg will just hang heavy and it'll suck. Hug it in, knee to nose, shoulders over your wrist, chin tucks right into your chest. Keep the core sucked up. Nice, Nicole. Inhale, kick the leg high. Exhale, outside your left elbow with that left knee. You got it. Inhale, pull the leg up and back. Left elbow, left knee, to right elbow. Kick the leg up. Stretch, 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 stretch it out of the hip. Lunge it forward. Take the time to walk that foot over. And if you feel like, oh, I need to keep in the practice, but do a little less, soften your back knee down. Inhale your way up. Your palms will face one another, while your eyes go eye level straight ahead. You'll breathe in, your shoulders will rise. When you exhale, your shoulders fall. Your hands come to the heart. Take one more breath here. And then the next exhale is the cue for the torso to twist and the right elbow to go outside that left thigh. Keep remembering, I squeeze up my back leg. Like we'll work all the time in the front, but we'll overwork. So all we're doing is letting the practice teach us a balance and a symmetry to calling in both sides. Bottom fingertips to the floor. Upper hand reaching. Can your exhale be what softens your upper shoulder down your back more? And the arm comes a little lower. And then big breath in. Open your mouth super wide, and that's the cue to twist. The exhale is the twist. The exhale facilitates the twist. It leads it. Upper hands coming down. High push up. Low. Upward. Down facing. Big breath in. Big exhale out. Big breath in. Exhale out. Membership has its privileges. One more. Inhale. Exhale, hips side to side. Feet to your wrists. Halfway lifting. Forward folding, out breath. Pull in your core and bring yourself up to stand. Firm your feet, firm your legs, all the way up. Pull your hands right to your heart. Sink your hips at the same time. Twist it out. Left elbow outside your right thigh. Sink your hips a little more back and down. Spread both arms wide away from each other. In with it. Out with it. In. The exhale is what's going to pull belly to spine and twist you out more. And then you release. Let your upper arm come down. Split your feet out hip width. Grab hold of your big toes. So your two first fingers face each other. And then inhale, your chest lifted up and out, away from the floor, toward the front wall. Collarbones want to stretch toward the front wall. Send your hips straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Knees can be soft. Like if the hamstrings are pretty rigid, again, work with your body. Like I had a lot of years, I was always against myself. So I was always against my body. If I was stiff, if I was tight, if I got injured, I didn't have appreciation for any of that. And then one day I just got it. Like when I utilized breathing, it had my body feel like there was an ally. And then somewhere along the way, I started showing up to myself as an ally. Let your jaw soften more. Let your exhale just find its way out. Bring your hands to your hips. Push your feet to the ground. Core is going to pull up. And it's going to bring you up, and you're going to stand even taller than when you first got here. Bring your feet together again. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale, both arms up. Take your arm bones back. Hands to heart. Twist to the other side. So you're turning your torso, and your right elbow hooks right outside your left knee or thigh. And all the time, you got to look over at your right knee. And you go, oh yeah, it is going ahead. So you peel that right hip back. It's not a big deal. Like because I was so serious all the time, exhale, arms come wide apart. Everything felt like a bigger deal than it needed to be. My yoga practice was just another part of that. Breathe out, let your hips sink. Go in a little deeper, but like don't make it a big deal. Breathe out, twist more. And you're helping your body out, and that's a big deal. And then exhale, release. Split your feet apart again. And if you need a break, just hang out and ragdoll. And if you want to, after that, maybe you lift your toes up and slide the palms and your fingers underneath the balls of your feet. And maybe like you start out doing that, but then you're like, actually I need child's pose. As long as you stay in the room, you're just doing what your body needs. And when you figure out what it is your body needs, breathe slowly into that. And breathe into the fact that you listened and took the right action that your body told you to. And that's where you start fostering a kinship. Now go ahead and take child's pose if you're not there already. Now your knees open, as wide apart as comfortably fits in your body. Keep letting your exhales move through. So the breathing will help connect you to the poses. The breathing connects you to how you're feeling. And then you don't shrug that off, you tune into it. And sometimes that can be such a welcome thing, and sometimes we'll fight it. And we'll do it on our mat too. But we practice getting stronger physically, but also getting more connected to tuning into ourselves more. And strengthening that listening. Because when you're just listening, when you're turned your body inward toward yourself in child's pose, there's nowhere to go, there's nobody else to tune into. But To be a better listener, tune into you. To connect more to anyone else today, connect to you first. And the practice called you here today, and you listened. In some moments of the practice you'll like it, and some you won't, but you'll like it at 4 o'clock today. Most likely. When you're ready, come on up onto your hands and knees. Down dog. Hips high, head drops. Like, it's so good to get out of our thinking mind. Get away from our personality mind. It's just so good to turn upside down. Exhale out and gently shake out your head. Like you're in one of those hair Pantene commercials. Just shake out your head. It's so good to just dump some of our brain, like contents of a purse. Walk up, easy. Just walk easy, feet to hands. Halfway lift like it's no big deal, but breathe in like that's a big deal, because it is. Exhale into a fold. Make the exhalation the biggest, most important part of that. Inhale all the way up. Eagle pose. Bend your knees. Your right leg's going to pick up and squeeze on top of your left. Then your right arm can come under. Your tailbone can lengthen down. You pull your core right against the spine. And you start really feeding and fueling that ujjayi. Nice. Exhale all the way. Hips sink down. In breath, arms come apart and stretch straight up. Exhale, left arm, left leg. Eyes eye level. Because if your eyes are looking a little down, your chest will start drooping down. And then it's harder to balance. Keep the breathing thing the most serious part of this. And then just firm up your legs. Sink down on the out breath. Big breath in, sweep up. Pull the hands right to the heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, wrap it up. You can do one at a time or right leg and right arm. Just breathe. Your elbows are lifting up in line with your shoulders. And there's this thing where the tailbone's got to tilt down. And then it's like your shoulders and your hips are lined over each other. So just go ahead and press your Yep. Yep. And then start up again. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, left leg, left arm. Eyes eye level. Find that tailbone, tilt it under. That's it. Left arm under. Keep breathing, keep breathing. The pieces will come together.
Keep my hands here.
What's that?
I keep my hands here.
Sure. Feel your spine getting tall. Perfect. Do you feel the difference?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of a bird's eye view up top. Turn your tailbone a little bit more. Pull your lower belly in and up. Ooh, there you go. And go ahead, sweep up, come out of it, reach high. Hands to heart. Okay. Inhale, left arm alongside your left ear. Right arm up and around. Catch hold of the inside part of your right foot. So right there, thumb meets big toe. Feel the knees squeeze toward each other and eyes get them eye level. Go right into breathing in. Exhale, press your chest forward, kick your leg high, up and back. Let the right side of your chest be stretched. The more you press the leg back, the more it stretches across that right side of your chest. Go ahead, exhale out of it. Right arm inhales up alongside your right ear. And left arm, take it up and around. Big sweeping stroke, catch the inside of your left foot. Feel your standing leg firm. Ujjayi breathing before you come into that pose. That Ujjayi leads it, and then kick that leg back. Your chest presses forward. Your inhale is stretching apart the front wall of your chest in all the ways it needs. And the more you kick the leg back, the more you'll get that stretch now through the left side. Come out of it. Switch sides. Right into it again. Left arm high. Go for it. With a smile across your face. Keep your bottom leg serious and relax the smile on your face. Switch sides, right into it. The Ujjayi sound leads you into the next side. Fingertips get long. They're active. If your fingers are long, you're going to keep your upper arm alive. And that's going to help you in the pose. Kick it back. You'll forget to breathe all the time. No big deal. Just exhale and begin again. Kick the leg back more. Let that left side get stretched, get open, get freedom where there wasn't when you got here. And release. Awesome job. Okay, big arms reach. Big exhale, pressing down, fold. Fingertips on the ground this time. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Press your feet into the floor. Grab onto your ankles and push them down. Hips go high. Hug in the core. Inhale, rise up tall. Hands to heart. Take your right leg, cross it over your left thigh. And if you possibly can, maybe just bring your hands to your hips. How about that?
I was just thinking we hadn't done this in a long time.
And then let your hips sink. Then if it feels all right, maybe you take the right fingertips to the floor. And then maybe your left hand lets off your left hip and you take the left fingertips down. Sink your hips. Careful what you wish for, Kathy. I saw a quote yesterday that said, "Remember when you prayed for the things you have now." Bring your fingertips forward. Literally walk them a little bit ahead. And then just take your right foot down. And then just side to side, hips, side to side. Bring both hands to both hips. Push into the floor with the feet. Bring yourself up tall. Shoulders back. Right knee, bend it. Take your left leg, cross it over. So the left foot is crossed over your right thigh. Hands to hips. You can sink your hips down. You can also bring your fingertips to the floor. And if you do bring your fingertips to the floor, try to sink your hips a little more. But remember, whatever you choose, just choose it. And breathe. The action of the pose, the action of you choosing, most importantly, the action of Ujjayi. Now here's what I've learned. When I'm tuned into my breathing, my body's intuition is more likely to be heard. When I'm overthinking, my body's intuition, my body's telling me what the right thing to do, I can't get it to save my life. So breathe, and you'll know. Breathing will keep you present, and in the present moment, in the now, you'll know. Okay, let that foot down. Side to side, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, bring yourself on up. And bring your hands to your hips. Bring your feet together. Find the action first of tailbone dropping down toward the floor a bit, lower belly pulling up. And then find the action of right foot's coming into a variation of your tree. Right foot comes into the inner left ankle, or the inner calf, or the thigh, just not resting on the knee. Like, don't let your joint, your knee joint, be a rest area. Ujjayi sound. Make it louder than me. Eyes eye level. Palms can press together right into the wall of your chest, the mid wall. Often if my hands are higher on my chest, then my shoulders are up too high. So if I drop my shoulders down by bringing my hands down, it all falls into place. Arms into an enormous wide V. The practice of being open, just open your arms, open your heart, and keep moving that sound out so your lungs get more opening to receive your breath in. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring your foot to the floor. Big breath in right where you are. Clear it out. Shake out your other leg and then bring it in to the right side. And it does not matter if maybe you do something a little different from one side to the other. Just tune in. Follow that guidance. It's as much of a practice that we need as much as we need flexibility or more strength in certain body parts, etc. Now pressing the sole of the foot, wherever it is, against the inner leg, wherever it is. And press the inner leg against the sole of the foot. And you'll have like double power because you utilize two. Two are always better than one. The breath sound with the pose teaches us, wow, two are better than one. The mind and the body working in sync, not being upset with each other, but in sync. And the way to get that is the breath. The breath will link up the mind and the body. Any variation you feel inside yourself to do that. Could be a wide open V, could be interlacing the fingers, pushing the arms and palms straight up in the air over your head. But keep remembering, bottom leg is strong. Ujjayi sound is the bigger deal. And when you're ready, come on down. Hop back on the edge of your mat, front edge of your mat if you're not already there. Feet together, legs furrowed, tailbone drops a bit. Inhale, arms reach. Chest softens into your thighs, fold. Halfway up, breathe in. Step back, high push up. Rock forward, empty out the breath. Fill up the lungs, upward dog. Filter all that out, all that mess, move it out. Yeah, you clean house when you come to yoga. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one, inhale, palms together over your head. Exhale, warrior two. In breath, reverse your warrior, your right arm faces you, look to it, look up. Exhale, extended side angle. Front arm on front thigh. Left arm's coming over your head, over your ear. Move your arm to the front of the room. Palm will face the floor. And then lift out of your bottom shoulder just a bit by pushing down into your elbow. And the forearm, you will lift out of the bottom shoulder in a great easy way. Let your upper arm wrap it around your back. Take breath in here. Take notice of breath in. Breath out, roll open. Warrior two again. Triangle. Straighten through your right leg. Stretch all the way out. Upper arm to the ceiling, bottom hand on your bottom leg. But keep your bottom leg lifted. Yeah, nice. Feel your back foot slide just a tiny bit away from you toward the back edge of your mat. And then maybe a little more. Because maybe you play it safe all the time, and maybe you let that back foot come away more, because you've created opening, but press through the floor with both feet. Pull your core in, let your upper body come to stand. Turn your toes to face this wall. Take your hands, support your low back completely. Squeeze up both thighs. Press your hips forward, hug your elbows together behind you, look up, and then if you want to look back. Your exhale is what's going to fold you in half. In with the breath, head dropping lower on the out breath. Fill up your lungs, pull your chest up halfway only, spine out halfway. Exhale again, fold. Turn your right toes to face forward. Walk your hands to meet the both sides of that foot. High push-up, good work. Exhale, low plank. Hug in the core, hug in the core. Upward dog. As the air pushes out, hug in your core, press back, down dog. Nice. Left foot, warrior one. Come on up. Warrior two, out breath. Front knee, press it open. Step that front foot a tiny bit, yeah. Reverse your warrior, left arm stretching. And you're gonna go back on the exhalation, and that's gonna give you more length and more wiggle room in your left side of your body. And then exhale your way to extended side. You're gonna pull out of that bottom shoulder. You're gonna pull your left hip in toward the middle of your mat. Yeah. Let the upper arm wrap on the out breath around your back. Breathe in. Exhale, roll open. Breathe in. Out breath, roll open. Find your way into warrior two. Push your feet to the floor. Lengthen both arms away from each other. And squeeze up your back tricep. You think no one's looking. You're not looking, but I'm looking. Squeeze up your back tricep, Nicole. Oh, yes, there it is. The cake boss has arrived. Go ahead, taking reverse warrior once more. Why not? And triangle. Front leg straightens. Take attention to your back foot. Just slide it a little bit away. And then keep thinking, my tailbone's dropping. And my bottom side is getting length. Wow, that changed things. Nice work. Just breathe out. Push your feet to the floor. Bring yourself up to stand. Use your core, use your core. Turn the toes. Interlace your fingers right at your low back. Stretch your arms. Your knuckles pull down from the base of your neck. The crown of the head presses up. You guys feel that length though? Exhale, fold. Fill your lungs or free them, depending where you're at. Just stay in sync with yourself. Stay in sync with yourself. Inhale, lengthen your spine toward the mirror wall while you glue your hips to the back wall. That's the action. Exhale, soften again into the fold. Drop your arms, easy, with grace. Turn your left foot forward. Walk your hands over. High plank. Hug in the core. Low plank. Listen. High plank, inhale up. Down dog. Rock forward. High plank. Take your right knee to left elbow. Switch. Right to left. Left to right. Hug in the core. Switch. One more. High plank. Pull your chest up. Collarbone spread. Look forward. Lower down. Up facing. Right hip, press it toward the floor. Gently look over your left shoulder. Hip square. Left hip then presses down. You look right. Back to center. Walk your palms a little bit more towards your hips, just a little bit. So your hands walk back just a tiny bit. And from there you press straight down through strong arms and your chest lifts up and then your shoulders move back from one another. Collarbones have room. Down facing. Rock forward, high push-up. Take your right leg, right foot just like a ½ inch off the floor. Switch sides. Right foot lifts a tiny bit. Then left foot. And then come all the way onto your belly. Bend your knees a lot. Stack your forearms on top of one another, cheek to one side. And just legs rock side to side. Feet are flexed. Whew. This is a pretty good pose, huh? Go ahead and take your let's see. You guys don't look like you want to do much more. What do I do with that? Go ahead, take your left foot down on the ground. Left leg on the ground. Right leg stays in the air. Take circles with your right ankle and then counter it. And then bring that foot to the floor. Other side, pull the left leg off the ground. Circles. Counter that. Bring that foot down. Take your hands alongside your hips. Forehead to the ground. Move all the air out. The way out is always going to be through. Turn your palms into the floor. And when you're ready, use your inhale to lift your chest, collarbones, head off the ground. You want to tuck in your chin a bit so your neck's got length behind you. Press your belly into the floor, maybe both legs, maybe both feet come off the floor, just not higher than your hips. Exhale all the way down. Inhale all the way up. For 8, 7, 6, shoulders down your back. 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale softly to the floor. Go ahead, pull your feet off the ground, bend the knees, catch hold of your feet, your ankles, or your lower shins. Make sure the knees aren't splayed out too much, because that's not fair to your low back. It has no support. We get the air out. And when you're ready, kick both legs back. It's just like King Dancer, only you've got 2 legs now. Press your belly into the floor and feel your front thighs press into the ground. Keep kicking your legs back, 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 back. Exhale all the way to the floor. Release your legs. Windshield wipe. Do it one more time. You probably won't do it the rest of the day, so do it one more time. Make sure all the air is gone first. The new can't come in until you clear out the old. Kick back. Press your front thighs to the floor. Just grab like right here. Yeah. Now kick up and kick back. Yeah. Breathe. Your inhale lifts you. Empty out. Good work. Windshield wipe side to side. Up dog. Down facing. Hips rock out side to side. Right leg in the air. Right foot's lunging forward. Walk your front foot over a little bit. Take your back knee, soften it down on the floor. You also can just take a second and take the side edge of your mat, fold it over, so that back knee has just a bit more padding. Turn your right toes out like a 1/4 inch or so, maybe a bit more if your hip says that's what it needs. And take your forearms and elbows to the floor. Press your chin towards your chest. Maybe the sole of your foot peels off the ground. Maybe it stays put. You're practicing tuning into your body and doing what your body tells you. I just offer a suggestion. Bring yourself onto your left palm. Make sure your left palm is under your left shoulder, okay? And then gently take your right hand to that inner right knee, press it open. And if you want to, you can turn your torso away from your right hip, so go left. Breathe in. Make sure the exhale softens. Let it come all the way out. Go ahead, walk your front foot over to the middle of your mat. Walk your hands back toward your hips. Your right leg's going to straighten out and you're just going to pull your toes back. And then you're going to bring yourself up onto your front knee, your right foot pressing into the floor. Now you're walking your right foot over to that left wrist for pigeon. And then your arms are walking out. You can come onto the fingertips. And if you're like, I already got plenty going with my hip as it is, thank you very much, you can just stack your forearms on top of each other. Keep drawing your right hip back and your left hip rolling toward the floor. Making that connection. And if you want another variation, you could always take pigeon laying on your back. Sitting on your bum, sitting up on your bum with your right foot over your left thigh. Wherever you're at, just be where you're at and breathe. In pigeon, try to have your back toes pointed to the back wall. Yeah. Breathe in. And there's a little pause and then you're exhaling out. Okay, go ahead. You're just going to take your back leg and you're going to swing it up and around. And you're going to cross that right leg on top of the left for double pigeon. So you've got one knee on top of your bottom ankle, and then your ankle on the top leg's a little bit off that thigh, the outer edge of that thigh. You could just stay right here and just sit up tall. If you'd like a variation for your shoulders to get a little extra stretch, you can always take a bind. If you wanted a little more from here, you could press your chest forward. So just think on the inhale, I'm Lengthening my spine, and on the exhale, I'm moving away from my hips, away from my buttocks, away from my hamstrings. Inhale your way back up. Uncross. And then find downward dog. Take that left leg straight up on the breath in. Long, lengthy breath in. And long, slow exhalation. Lunges that left foot forward. Soften your back knee down. Fold up the edge of your mat. Give yourself extra love. Turn your left toes, turn them out. Come on to the forearms. Your back leg, try to straighten it back behind you as much as you can. You have to start somewhere. Let your forehead drop and let your middle back soften on the exhalations. Really good. You can let the sole of that left foot come off the floor, but you don't have to. And then please come up onto your hands. Get your right hand underneath your right shoulder. You kind of turn a little bit into that right hip. Your left palm can gently press that left knee and thigh out away from you. You can turn, yes. And you can turn your torso to the right. The more you exhale, the more that leg has a chance of softening. The muscles around that hip and thigh, inner thigh. Softening really just means one word: relax. And as things relax, we can release. Okay, now bring yourself up onto, so you lean back into that, first into that back knee, and then send your hips back. Your left leg straightens out in front of you. Pull your toes back. And bring yourself back into that lunge first. Carefully, if you choose this variation, walk your left foot over. Bring your left knee, your left thigh, your left shin toward the floor. Your back leg stretched out behind you as much as you possibly can. And you're on the forearms and elbows. Or you walk your hands out in front of you. You could have yourself on your fingertips. Or you can stack the forearms on top of one another, pressing your forehead down. Whatever you feel called to do, you'll do. Just keep exhaling. And make your exhalations slower and longer. And when you slow them down, it has a beautiful positive effect in all of our minds and for all of our minds. Like our bodies aren't the enemy, our mind's not even the enemy. Like I always was so critical on myself and hard on myself, so I thought my mind was the enemy. No, my mind was just suffering. That's all I ever fed it. Those are the only words, that's the only self-talk I had. And you come to the practice and you breathe and you move and you release tension. And it starts to relax some other parts. on the inside as much as the physical musculature, but the body is like, if I don't hear you breathing out, I know you're never really going to relax. Therefore, it makes it harder to release. So just release the breath, and the body will start taking its cues from that. And we'll always release when we feel safe. When we feel safe, we'll relax. When we're in a relaxed vibe, it's normally because we feel pretty settled and secure on the inside. Take your back leg, you're going to slowly bring it up and around. You can set up for double pigeon. You can take an arm bind. You can stay upright, or you can fold forward. Just don't overthink it, just pick one. And then start breathing. And then, a lot of times we'll pick a choice and we'll be like, oh, this isn't the right choice. And then we'll feel like, well, it's too late now. No, you can choose a different choice. You can fold forward. Or you don't have to. Or you could start doing something and then say, actually, I need to do this instead. You're not stuck. Easy, bring yourself up if you're not already there. Take your legs out in front of you, straighten the legs. Bend one knee and then the other. Just pull the toes back. And then take your legs a little wider apart. And breathe in, sit up nice and tall, press your hips into the floor, thighs into the floor. And as you exhale, you'll fold. Your knees can be super bent. Just pull the toes towards your shins. Inhale, lift halfway up. So just a little bit, lift up. Exhale, your upper body softens down. Chin tucks in the chest. Let your eyes close. Walk your hands back towards your hips. And then take your hands, fingertips behind you on the floor. Turn your fingers to face the wall behind you. Sit up tall, chest lifting up. Shoulders, move them out of the way. Feel your shoulder blades hug into the middle, your middle back. Good. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Your left finger's on the floor behind you. Sit up tall. Exhale, gently twist. Right here, stay where you are. Inhale, belly expands, open and out. Exhale, gentle twist. Turn your body, left hand to the right knee, right fingers to the ground. Inhale, length. Exhale, belly pulls to spine, twist gently. Come back to center. Take the soles of your feet together. Grab your ankles. Pull your chest up away from the floor on the breath in. And when you breathe out, you can just fold forward a bit. Torso leading away from your hips. Like the outer hip points, lead your upper body away from them. Chin tucks in the chest. Your arms, the weight of your arms can just press into your inner legs. Bring yourself up. Take your legs out. Make your way out onto your back. Dead bug. Soles of your feet on above. You, over your knees, grab your lower legs. Too tight, grab the backs of your thighs. Feel your tailbone lengthen away from your neck toward the front edge of your mat. Feel your shoulders press into the ground. Exhale, the legs draw down a bit. And then just rock side to side. Bring your knees together. Hug your knees into your chest, how all the air comes through. Soles of the feet on the floor flat. First your left leg out on the ground. Open the left leg out a bit. Then the right leg, send it out on the floor. Spread the right leg a bit. If your low back feels a little bit compressed at all, bring your knees back up, soles of the feet into the floor. Pull your hips off the ground an inch or so, lengthen the low back down toward your heels. Then stretch the legs away. Your arms on the ground, palms up. Your arms can widen out a little bit for your shoulders to have some space. Your mouth gently closes. And you just envision you're sitting down, sitting down like a version of you is watching you on the outside. Just all that watchful eye is doing is just ensuring your belly's rising when you breathe in and falling on the out breath. You're just a witness to the belly rising. There's a tiny pause on the top. Everything falls all the way to the floor on the bottom. There's just a tiny pause at the bottom. The inhale will find its way and do its thing. Tiny pause at the top before it all comes down. The bottom. There's a tiny pause on the bottom. Then your body says, I need to breathe, I want to breathe, and it will fill up all on its own. And then just don't even do that. Don't even be a witness to your breathing. Just let your body completely shut off from any more effort, any more doing, because the body just knows how to breathe itself. You just simply come to practice and move out what was in the way of your body, finding more air and space and freedom to flow by itself. The more those exhalations slow, the more the mind slows. The more the breath flows, the more the mind settles. If the thoughts feel more settled, we feel more settled too. onto your right side completely. So you're curled up on your right hip with your knees drawn in to your chest. Your head has a pillow that you create with your forearms. One thing I have learned in this practice is really simple. The better you take care of yourself and the more abundantly kinder and more considerate you are to yourself. It fills you up. So things on the outside world feel a little more manageable. Finding some peace within yourself makes the way you show up and respond to things instead of react so much different. Feeling grateful for yourself, feeling like you're developing a friendship with yourself, your body over time through the practice. Makes you feel a little more secure and settled on the inside, because we can't always be guaranteed that on the outside. So I've learned, wow, if I just treat myself more seriously like a friend, like I'm on my own team, everything feels a little nicer, a little kinder, even if there's cruelty on the outside. It doesn't have as much of an effect on me as it always once did. If you feel more settled on the inside, you will feel more safe and secure on the inside. It's like you're walking around with yourself as a friend. Even if you're by yourself, you don't feel quite so detached and lonely. And when you start breathing big and filling up your body, you start really feeling something positive from that. It fills you up. It's you giving to yourself. And then you'll find other people usually will meet that in a more balanced way. Okay, press your palms into the floor, bring yourself on up. sit comfortably anywhere you like. Bring your palms to your heart. Big inhale. Big exhale. Thumbs to your forehead. Eyes closed. Hands to your heart. And bowing down. Bowing down, acknowledging yourself for showing up, doing what you needed to give yourself a fresh start to the week, a recharge, a reset, or a complete do-over. And let yourself live out life this week from this more settled, peaceful place. Namaste.
Namaste.
Great job.
Anyway, I wound up on my mat. I'm crooked on my mat, but I'm turned right towards you.
You are.
Right
That's
towards your
great.
voice. I must have turned.